Hello there. How you doing? It is Motivated Entrepreneurs. I'm your host, Dean Booty. It is Thursday morning, and today we are talking about We Are All One. Now, for regular listeners, you will know that I have gone down a spiritual path lately. I absolutely fucking love it. I genuinely love it. And I know people have different beliefs and stuff. And I'm not here to tell you what's right, what to believe in, what not to believe in. I can only tell you what I think and feel and how it's impacted me. So I believe that we are all one collective consciousness. I believe there is so much more than we can't see. Listen, you can't see electric, can you? But we know electrics are around here. I just believe in different dimensions, and I believe in different beings and stuff. And I believe we can't see them because we are not in tune with that. And so I've been doing a lot of reading around this, listening to a lot of podcasts around this. And you know what? For me, it's heartwarming because in my heart of hearts, I believe, and again, it's up to you what you believe, but for me, it gives me real comfort. I believe there is something more. This is we're only seeing a small sliver of a percentage of what really is happening around us. And do you know what? It just gives me so much comfort because I know that this, and by the way, tomorrow's episode, it will fit in nicely as well. We're talking Steve Jobs and his last words and stuff. So it'll fit in really, really nicely. So yeah, I really do believe there is something more. There is something spectacular happens when we pass to the other side. And yeah, it just gives me great comfort. And when I go to funerals, etc., I believe that it's not the last time we'll see that person. It's not the last time that they'll be part of us. So yeah, and what I want to talk about today is we are all one. What you do to somebody else, you do to yourself. So if you really truly believe, and this is why it gives me so much comfort, because whether it's right or wrong, it doesn't matter, because this for me is the correct way that we should behave in. We are all one. We are all one collective consciousness. I really, really do believe. So what I do to you, I do to myself. There is this guy who had a near-death experience, and what is said in a lot of these near-death experiences, you basically have you have a look at your life previous, and you go through. It's called your life review. You go through your life review, and this guy, there was a drunken man on the street, and he was being a bit of a wally or something when he walked past his car, and so he wound down his window, and this guy slapped him apparently, and so this drunken man slapped him, so he got out of his car. And he absolutely went to town on him, like absolutely smashed his face in, punched him. On his life review, he actually felt that he saw himself, but he wanted himself. He was on the other end. So he was the person receiving the punches on the floor, and he was feeling the pain that he was actually giving out because he was one. He was one. So although he was hitting the other person, he was having a life review and he was reviewing that situation, but he was the person feeling the punches. He was the person feeling that he actually goes into quite graphic detail about his tongue and stuff, and not very nice. And he said, I felt the pain. And so I believe that we're all one. We're all connected. And there's so many different people who believe we're all collective consciousness, et cetera, et cetera. And the way that somebody articulated it was, look at your fingers. If you look at one finger, then just that one finger alone, you think, oh yeah, there's one finger. But then you look at two fingers, 3 fingers, 4 fingers. There's 4 different fingers there, 5. Well, it's for fun. And then if you look down a bit further, so then you can see your fist, you can see your hand. And then you realize that all these fingers are connected with each other. But at the time when you were staring at one finger, when you're only looking at that you've only got that visual of one finger, you think that one finger is just one finger. But it's not until you see the whole picture and see the fist and see the hand that you realize that finger is connected to that finger, to connect to that finger. It's all connected. And that is the same with us and lives. So what I want you to do is go out there and treat people as if you're treating yourself. How would you treat somebody? How would you talk to somebody? How would you behave? How would you show up? And that, my friends, even if it's right or wrong, it doesn't matter, because can you imagine what a blissful place, society that we would live in? It would be absolutely amazing if everybody you saw and interacted with, you treat them as if it was yourself. How amazing would that be? The world would be a better place. We'd be all more kinder, considerate, be nicer to each other. And so whether it's right or wrong, and I know so many people, I'm thinking of one person in particular who I know does not agree with me on it, who's listening to this podcast, but whether it's right or wrong, it's only helping humanity. It's only helping my mindset. It's only helping how I interact with people. It's only bringing me to be a nicer person. And so does it matter if it's right or wrong? But that's the way I want to show up anyway. I want to show up every single day and treat everybody as if it was myself. So everybody out there, I believe in some way, shape or form is connected to me. And how I treat them is how I'm going to treat myself. It's me actually treating myself that way. So what you do to someone else, you do to yourself. All right, my friends, tomorrow we're talking about Steve Jobs and his last words. A really beautiful episode tomorrow. See you soon. Bye.